for this rather personal favour, it's almost as if he might be guilty himself.
You can imagine it being a very tense meeting between the two men.
Pontius Pilate takes Joseph of Arimathea, but he probably thought he was just letting some Jewish custom play out. So far as he was concerned, that was convenient.
In allowing Joseph to take the body, Pilate had unwittingly started a journey that would turn Jesus' burial shroud into one of the most venerated and mysterious relics of all time. Good Friday. The Romans leave Jesus' dead body hanging on the cross. Wrapping any victim of a crucifixion in a burial shroud was very unusual.
After you breathed your last breath, you were just garbage. You were left there to rot, to be eaten.
But the Gospel of Mark tells that Jesus' body is wrapped in a fine linen cloth brought by Joseph of Arimathea. The Bible also reveals that Joseph had help in burying Jesus. Another member of the Jewish council, Nicodemus.
Nicodemus, much like Joseph of Arimathea, was also a member of the Sanhedrin, a prominent man in Jewish society.
It's clear that not all the Jews in Jerusalem were behind Jesus' death, for the simple reason that Jesus is Jewish, his followers were Jewish, the disciples were Jewish, but not only that, not even all the Jewish authorities were responsible for Jesus' death, because you have people like Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus.
The body is taken to Joseph's tomb and prepared for burial.
Where Nicodemus is willing to get involved is in the burial. He's supplying really very expensive products to be used in the process of embalming the body.
First century Jewish law said that to touch a dead body would make you unclean. And so for Joseph and Nicodemus to actually go through the process of preparing Jesus for burial, there had to have been tremendous love and devotion just to care for him.
A rock is rolled across the entrance to seal the tomb shut. Three days after the crucifixion, John and Simon Peter, two of Jesus' disciples, visit the tomb. They find it empty. According to John's Gospel, then Simon Peter came and went into the tomb. He saw the linen wrappings lying there. But the Bible doesn't mention what happens to the linen cloths next. More than 1,300 years later, a shroud showing the crucified body of Jesus appeared from out of nowhere in a small village in northeastern France. When it was moved to Turin, 40,000 people were there to welcome it. And then, centuries later, in 1898, it became a global phenomenon when Italian Secondo Pia took the world's first photograph of the shroud.
All of a sudden, a negative image of the man of the shroud pops out at him. And it's like staring at the face of Jesus. It suddenly turns the shroud from an object of religious devotion to an icon of scientific obsession. If you prove that the Shroud of Turin is real, you're proving that Jesus Christ existed.
In 1978, former U.S. Air Force physicist John Jackson from the Shroud of Turin Research Project was given unprecedented access to study the relic.
See the image of a human man. We could see, for example, the head, crossed arms. In fact, you could even see elongated fingers.
Leading a team of 40 scientists, Jackson set out to investigate the shroud, using tools at the forefront of science.
We really didn't know what we were going to find. Was this going to be a painting? Was it going to be something else?
Working around the clock for 5 days, the scientists reached conclusions that seemed to advance the authenticity of the shroud and deepen its mystery.
The fibers themselves are all individually colored, so there's no evidence of something that you would expect.